Hiroyuki Nomura is in his 50s, but there is a girl in his life who makes him feel young again.
やっぱり一番最初にお迎えした子っていうのもあるんですけど。
She's the first girl I welcomed into my life. If not for her, I wouldn't have my current friends or much fun. That's why Tisei is special.
Yes, Tisei isn't your average girl. She's 25 kilograms of silicon.
At first, she was just a doll I bought from a store, but I began to feel affection for her. She's not a girlfriend or a daughter, but Tisei is very important.
Tisei is not his only object of affection. Hiroyuki used to love buying motorbikes. Now his passion is collecting doll characters from his favourite animation shows.
When you buy the doll, the face is plain. I have to paint the eyes to give them a soul and character. When you dress her, comb her hair, it feels as though a soul dwells in her and she's alive.
Hiroyuki says living with these 17 dolls is more exciting than his job as a window cleaner.
This is not a power relationship. I think people choose dolls because reality is harsh.
Hiroyuki takes his dolls on holidays around Japan with other collectors. He hopes by being public, it dispels the image of doll fans as weird recluses.
Well, that's a lot of rain, and that is happening where the monsoon season's going on right now in the desert Southwest. And you guys know the drill if you live down there. You get these storms. You can never pinpoint exactly where the rain's going to fall, but when it does, I mean, you can get a storm that'll only drop about an inch, inch and a half of rain, and that will totally flood everything. So why is that? I mean, maybe you're watching this from somewhere like Houston, and you're like, guys, it takes like 15 inches of rain to flood this place. Not in the desert Southwest, because here's the deal. It's so dry that when the rain falls, really the ground just can't absorb it.
least 40 people are dead after devastating mudslides in eastern Mexico. The now downgraded tropical storm Earl battered hillside communities. Most of the victims were in Puebla state. Mexican television showed hillsides buried under mud, trees felled, and buildings creaking under collapsed walls and roofs.
Residents in and around the Macedonian capital Skopje woke up to a devastating sight. The full damage of the torrential rains evident in the daylight. The worst hit places were in the northern suburbs. There, people wondered if they would ever make it out alive.
29 people have been killed and many others are still missing after heavy rains drenched Pakistan's south and southwest regions over the past 3 days. The NGO Edhi Foundation indicated that 14 people were killed in Sindh's provincial capital Karachi. 8 of them were electrocuted, while 6 perished under collapsed roofs. 7 more lost their lives in other districts of the province. Meanwhile, officials revealed that at least 8 people were killed in Hanai district of Balochistan province. The country's Met Office says the heavy rainfall will continue over the
media sites carried posts from people in San Diego and Los Angeles, about 100 miles to the west, reporting that they felt it. According to seismologist Lucy Jones, the quake was along the San Jacinto Fault, historically the most active fault in Southern California.
Even used garden hosepipes and buckets of water. But there's only so much that they can do. Fires began in the hills surrounding Funchal on Monday night. The situation worsened dramatically the following day as strong winds fanned the flames, spreading the blaze to other parts of the city. One hospital even had to be evacuated as a precaution. So far, at least 1,000 people have been displaced by the inferno. Many have had to spend the night in military bases and even a football stadium as they waited for the fires to die down. Madeira's landscape is making it difficult for firefighters to tackle the blaze. This small Portuguese island, located off the northwest coast of Africa, has steep hills and thick woodland. August is usually the month when wildfires rage. Mainland Portugal has been battling 100 fires this summer, mostly in the northern part of the country. It's prompted the Prime Minister, Antonio Costa, to say that he would seek international assistance if the fires don't subside by mid-August.
Magnitude earthquake struck the South Pacific just after noon Friday local time, triggering a tsunami warning for Fiji, Vanuatu, and New Caledonia. The tremor occurred at a depth of 6.2 miles. The quake's epicenter was 68 miles east of Isle Hunter, New Caledonia. There have been no immediate reports. I can be swept off the road with the little bit of water that you see running out over it there. Don't you think your vehicle can be too? It's a powerful lesson as this flood emergency is ongoing in Louisiana. New Orleans about 10 inches. Mississippi not left out of the mix, though. Flash flood emergency ongoing there. This is in Centerville, Mississippi, where you can see that water flowing around homes. Now, the governor did issue a state of emergency because of the numerous flash flood emergencies that are going on. The bad news is that this rain is going to continue.
More than 1,300 firefighters are battling the flames, which are only 4% contained. They've been fanned by dry winds made worse by low humidity.
In my 40 years of fighting fire, I've never seen fire behavior so extreme.
More than 80,000 residents have been ordered to evacuate their homes under a state of emergency declared by California's governor.
Yeah, it was scary.
Officials say catastrophic floods in eastern and central India have killed at least 40 people. Hundreds of thousands of others have been evacuated from their homes. The Ganges River and its tributaries have risen to above the danger levels in several states. Days of heavy rain.
Dianmu hit Guangdong province on Thursday before moving to Hainan province, where a relentless rainstorm raged for 5 days, causing 1 death and leaving at least 2 people missing. More than 780,000 people were relocated and over 800 houses destroyed. The direct economic losses are estimated to be over 1.1 billion yuan. Local authorities are in the midst of helping residents to recover from the damage that's been.
Crews are working to dig out survivors from the rubble in the hardest hit towns of Amatrice and Acamoli, about 80 miles northeast of Rome. The mayor of Amatrice has thanked rescue workers for rescuing dozens of people and has made a statement saying the town no longer exists. Tremors were felt across a huge portion of Italy, including Rome, where aftershocks reportedly reached a magnitude of 5.5.
The earthquake struck at 3:30 in the morning. Shallow and strong, it shook a wide belt of central Italy, downing buildings and trapping people under debris. One of the worst hit towns was Amatrice in the province of Rieti. Terrified residents were woken from their sleep and ran onto the streets for safety. Rescue teams are going from door to door, climbing over rubble in search of life. With the arrival of day, the damage has become clear. Homes torn up, towers crumbled, the main square in ruins. The mayor says half his town is gone. The quake sent aftershocks, which could be felt as far away as the capital Rome, some 170 kilometers away from the epicenter. Many small villages and towns in the regions of Umbria and Lazio are without power. One resident in Umbria says his village was largely spared because it had been fortified to withstand tremors.
In Norcia village, no problem to people, no problem in the hotel, but all the people for sure has been out this night in the main square of Norcia.
Relief efforts are in full swing, with national memory still fresh of the last major quake in L'Aquila 7 years ago, killing more than 300 people. Gerald Tan, Al Jazeera.
Yeah, because all of a sudden the dog just stopped in his tracks, looked at the temple, and I felt the ground go up and down, and I look over, and this temple just crumbled. It was like a disaster movie, you know? That's not real. Look at that. Look at that. That used to have a top to it, and it fell forward. And look how the whole front of that is just gone. You can see the damage.